Okay, hopefully we're working today. My channel was a little messed up last night. Oh, get my little welcome. Let's put a little welcome. Let's move these paints. Oh, there we go. There we go. Lay it down. I think that's good. All right. Got Oliver laying next to me in the chair, in the big cat chair. So I tried to upload information on the new artist trading card swap, but we'll talk about that in a minute. I'll give everybody hopefully a couple minutes to come in. Hopefully it's working. Okay, let me see here. All right. Okay, let's see. We got Cap, Cheshire Cat, Christina. Good morning, everybody. I hope y'all can see me okay. It was a little iffy last night. Let's move this over just a tad there. Straighten her out. I could not watch any videos last night. It was weird. I could do everything, but the videos kept getting that error message, try again, tap to try again. And it was on all the videos, including mine. I couldn't watch any videos, although like Beth was on last night. So I went to hers. I couldn't watch the video, but I could read the chat. So it was just weird. It was just really weird. So I'm thinking, okay, we'll see what happens in the morning. So hopefully we are all here. Hi, Keeks, Terry. So yeah, I spent about over 2 hours last night trying to figure it out. Never figured it out, but I said, well, let's just see what happens in the morning. Is there such thing? Well, there is a YouTube prayer that things work, and here we are. So yeah, and I did save Terry's prompts, and I think Tina's color book page. Hi, Laverne. So let me say hi to everybody. I was just playing in my little cut and paste create Flanzella, my newest collage book. So I've been playing in that with some of my collage pages. I'll kind of do a flip through, and I'm just kind of going through and adding things, seeing what, this is just one of my mixed media books that I work in. Does it look too flashed out? Does it look too bright? Do I need to turn down the brightness just a little? Let's see here. See if my mouse will cooperate. Let's just turn the brightness down just a tad. There we go. That's better. So let's see who else I'm missing. How y'all doing this morning? Hi, Belinda. Laverne. Anybody else popping in, coming in? I'm glad that I'm able to stream this morning. Hopefully everything's working well. Does everything look okay, Kat? Y'all need to be thanking Kat for all those links she put in on Monday. Oh my goodness. Never seen, well, yes, I guess I've never seen that many links, but I have from her. So thanks, Kat, for all that. And I did want to go in and post, I'll try to do that after the stream. I'll see if I can go on my post tabs and readdress, or well, I'll put all the information in later on the post tab about the ATC swap. We can talk a little bit about it. I'll wait till Janet comes in. Let's see. We wrote down a date for our artist trading card ATC Halloween swap, Halloween/fall, whatever y'all want to do with October. So we'll talk about that. Janet said everybody was anxious to do one. So, and she doesn't mind swapping them out like she did this last time. So we'll talk about it in a few minutes when more people come in. Hi, Ginger Cat Lady Pam. How you doing? Are you recouped from your trip? And back to streaming your normal days or your normal times? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate that. Let's see. So yeah, I thought, I don't know if I'll flip through this and maybe pull a color book. I did kind of maybe want to work in mythographic again. I don't know if I'll do the same page that I was working on this one. I haven't done anything else on it. Tina. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me say okay. Tina's going to be a little late. She said she's waiting on a grocery order. So yeah, told her okay. So yeah, you back to streaming on your normal time, Pam? Um, all right. Oh, my foot's already going to sleep. Yes, back to normal schedule finally. Okay. Yeah, I saw you and Di. I think this was it this morning. I've been trying to make sure my stream was going to work this morning. It was a little iffy last night when I could not watch any videos, but it seems to have cleared itself out. So, yeah. Um, I did see other people online saying that they were having some issues too. So I don't think it was just me, but we're gonna roll with it. So yeah, so I thought maybe I'd show you some of the collages, maybe cut a couple things out. Just let me just cut a couple things out while we're waiting for people to come in. Oh, I did have this giraffe. And I did take some picture. Well, I'll just save that. Okay, let me just put that over there. So I started cutting a few things out just to play with, in my what do you call it? General, workbook, if you will, playing in it. So I just been sometimes I'll just cut random things out. Hi, Marilyn. Okay, you have to stay over there. You have to stay over there, Oliver. Um, just cut general things out, and then sometimes I will have something specific I want. Let's see, Marilyn. Cap. If you have Verizon, nope, I don't have Verizon. Yeah, no, I don't have Verizon. But who knows in the it wasn't out. My internet was not out. It wasn't out. It was just the videos had that error message on them. Try again, click try again later. But everything else was fine. So, yeah, I don't know. But I don't have Verizon. Let's see. And I'm not sure you are Cap. Do you have another name that I should know you by? Let's see. I haven't been here for a long time. Okay. All right. Well, welcome back. Now, Oliver, stop. You're making my baby. You're gonna have to move. You're making my cord. Go with the lights. You're making my cord jiggle. Jeez. You have to stay down. You have to stay down here. You're making my cord jiggle on my camera, baby. All right. Let's see. Thanks, Kat, for putting in the link. So anyway, yeah, I just got a few things here that I've cut out and I'm gonna play with. And oh well, we need to send this one. This needs to go to Janet, I'm sure. This or I need to incorporate baby Jimmy. Of course, she has her tuxedo cat Jimmy, but he's not a baby, so maybe that doesn't work. You got your happy mail, Marilyn? Good. I'm glad. I like to hear when people get their happy mail. I know. We know how that is, don't we, Pam? You got a couple of them yourself. These keep falling out. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's just put these. Let's roll these in the back here so they're not falling out. Um. So yeah, I was just cutting out a couple things just to play with, and you know, we'll put them on different things and just see what happens. Um, I don't really have a plan. I don't have a collage plan, and haven't even picked a color book page. Like I said, last night I was just all about trying to figure out my YouTube so I could stream this morning. But it seems to be okay. Hi, Pamela in Sweden. Pamela, have you been getting your happy mails? I hope you have. I'm not sure if I've heard back from you about getting your happy mails in Sweden. I hope you are. Um, so, yeah. Almost like her better with the radio than I did the other one I picked out. I had another girl sitting on the record player, but now this was a cassette, so we'll go with the record player. You haven't got any of your happy mails, Pamela? You need to double check, resend me your address to make sure I have your right. I've sent you at least 5 Happy Mails, Pamela, over the last couple months. At least 5, maybe more, 5 or 6 more Happy Mails I've sent to you. So resend me your address. So let's make sure I've got your right address. Okay. Let me give you my email again. Come on, mouse. Here. I had not heard from you saying you got any email, I mean, any of my Happy Mails. So I'm going, is she getting them? Resend me your address, Pamela. Let's make sure I have the right one. Okay. Because, like I said, I've sent you at least 5 to 7, maybe Happy Mails, envelopes, stickers, prints. I've sent you all kinds of things. Oh, you have? Okay. All right. Well, I've sent you a whole bunch, like I said. So, okay, but you've at least got one. Okay. Okay. So at least you've got one. I know I have your right address. That's what I was thinking. Did I have your right address? Okay, you've got a couple of them. Okay. Hi, Janet. We're here. I was messaging with Janet last night. I don't know if I'm streaming in the morning. We'll see. Let's see. Ellen. Who else? So Malibu, much more fitness on the. I don't know where Malibu is right. This is Oliver that's been the troublemaker this morning. It's Oliver here next to me. I moved him down to the chair. He's purring. I'm petting him and he's purring. But he's jiggling the, what do you call it? Pinwall. And when that jiggles, the cord jiggles and the camera jiggles and then the whole thing jiggles. And we're jiggling. We don't want to jiggle. Well, maybe we do. Hi, Belinda. Oh my goodness, Missy. Did you get the package from Jay? Did you see Di get the? No, I did not. I did not see that. Like I said, if it was this morning, Pam, if it was this morning, I was working on making sure I could stream, so I did not see it. And of course, I watch y'all at 4 o'clock in the morning. So no, I did not see it. But I'll go back. It was it today. I'll scrub back through it today if it's from today. Okay, let's see here. I'm just kind of looking through and seeing some interesting people or animals or something. It's got a little dark again. It's always a light issue, and I have a giant light over here, so sometimes it's too bright. Let's see. That's why I said bull in the china shop. Malibu's better at the desk. Ah, yes, Malibu is better at the desk than Oliver, for sure. For sure. Cat. Okay, the very beginning. Okay, Ginger. Okay, Pam. I will go look at that. Hi, Debbie. I'm waiting. I can't wait to get the new cozy mystery, Debbie, that we are both waiting on. Is it September something? I forget the date. Let me look here. Debbie found us a new mystery series. Um, let's see. Amazon. It'll load for me in here today. And I got to show Terry's uh, prompts from Monday. Who else am I missing? I was this morning, but was looking. Okay. Oh, that's nice, Kat. Yeah, I enjoy watching them. It's just really early, and so um, I'm doing other things too. All right, let's see. Let me look at my orders. Let's see what I got. Let me find it here. I'm scrolling. I got a couple of color books in the waiting. I got Kirby's new one coming in October. August 25th, Apples, Pies, Poison Lies at Cedar Falls Festival by Tracy Hall. So that's the new one. That's the new one. And then let's see. I got a new antiquarian. There's going to be a new antiquarian sticker book called Mysterium coming out September 15th. I'm just telling y'all what I'm going to be. It's in my cart. John Deering's got a new wrapping paper book coming out October 6th. But the main thing that I'm looking forward to getting is, yeah, the new mystery Deb E and I will be reading. Yeah. Hi, Kimberly. Missy goes, I received your print and scratch. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad it got there. I'm always just, glad, especially like if it's a new person that, I always, or an international, I'm always worried about that international people. Are y'all going to get your happy mail? And most times I do. Now it's really funny because Terry Brett will get my happy mail like within a week. She gets my happy mail. And Janet said the same thing. When Terry sends Janet something or vice versa, it gets there. So wherever Terry's mail post office is, I gotta fix this chair. I'm sitting on my wad of blankets. Um, Terry's gets there and comes back quick. So yeah, Terry's got good mail. So I'm just sitting here kind of going through this for a couple minutes till people come in. I came on a few minutes early to make sure I was coming on this morning. uh, oh my goodness. Let's see. This guy looks like Pee Wee Herman. Oh, and I did cut this out of a children's book. I don't know if I'll pull that because she's kind of. I did spend a lot of time fussy cutting her out. That was out of a children's book. Let's see. Just kind of browsing. I don't really want to do food. Hi, Scrap Girl. So give us a couple minutes and we'll get started, and we will cut this out here. And we're gonna maybe do a little bit of collage. I'll flip through. This is my just workbook that I'm working in right now. Y'all know I've always got some kind of different notebook or workbook or sketchbook or something going on. And I move them around too. I took a couple out of my 3-ring binder. I have a huge 3-ring binder of partially done collages to work on. I could flip through that too. Y'all have seen it a million times probably, but I could flip through it. And then put some in here. I started a few new ones. So I'll flip through this one and then I'll flip through my binder. And if there's any other binders or, idea collecting notebooks y'all haven't seen in a while or think are worth readdressing, let me know. Like I said, I really have no plan today other than just, doing a little collage and then maybe coloring in the mythographic because I wasn't sure if I was going to be here. So no, not a lot of planning went on. For this morning, which, that happens sometimes. That happens. And I do like some of these old TVs that she's got in her book. Do I want any of these? Maybe this one with the rocket. I don't know that I don't have a plan for it, but I do like it. I think we actually had this TV. Is this an RCA? I don't remember that stand, but this all looks familiar. How many of y'all had these kind of TV? Well, don't answer that. Hi, Faithful Mess. Okay, Marilyn. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. So, I'm going to show Terry's prompts here in a second. And I'll wait till Tina comes in. I'll try not to forget and show you her a couple of color book pages that Tina did that are she posted on Instagram. Of course, you can see them on Instagram as well, and Terry Brett's prompts as well. But I like to shout out people. I like to, I like y'all to be encouraged to continue to do creativeness, whether it's a color book page, a prompt page, a collage page, whatever page. Hi, Zinjin. What have you been doing lately, Zinjin? What have you been working on? Have you been working on anything? I don't know. I haven't seen you pop up in my Instagram feed. Oh, and Asa. I haven't seen Asa in here since maybe last week or the week before. She's been doing some good coloring too on IG. If y'all don't follow Asa, we had that same TV. I don't remember these kind of legs. I don't remember these kind of legs. I just remember little short, like little legs. But maybe this TV's on a stand or something. I don't know. But of course, over the years, we've probably had a number of these cat. I just don't remember any kind of these kind of legs on any TVs that we had. That was probably dangerous with kids to have TVs on these little spindly legs. This one's a little lower to the ground. So, so how many of y'all now? I know which ones some of y'all are that do collage, but who here really does collage? I mean, like really likes to collage, does works on collage. I mean, I know y'all like watching me do it, but how many of y'all actually do collages yourself? Faithful Mess said we had a Hitachi TV back in the 80s. I was the tuner and remote person. Yeah, the tuner and remote person. Yeah, I think the kids are. That's the way with the kids, right? We all had to do that. TV was as big as my Volkswagen, but we used to have one of those huge, that was like, this far from, thick, kind of like the old computer monitors used to be so thick and everything. Those big TVs are this thick and they were never that clear. They're never that great, and Laverne says, I love to collage. I have several journals. Oh, good, Laverne. Laverne, do you post them on Instagram? I don't remember seeing your collages on IG. Am I missing them? Let me get a sip of my lemon water. Debbie says, I do, although I have not done much collage recently. Let me click on both of y'all in case y'all are posting on Instagram. I know Debbie posts. She's been posting lots of color books, though. She colors a lot. Terry says, I try to collage, but I'm definitely an amateur. Well, you do use your collage sometimes in your occasionally in your illustration, your prompt illustrations, although you draw most of yours, Terry. You draw most of yours. Hi, Mel. Thank you for the scratch on half, Mel. You're welcome. Good to hear you got it. Are you out of rehab yet? I mean, your physical rehab. Vale's been in the hospital with yeah, she's been in the hospital. And so are you out of the hospital yet? Are you still having to be in, I don't know what they call it. Is it rehab, recoup, not, what is it? Physical therapy? Is that what they call it? I hope you are at least have some timeline, Vale. Laverne, no, not really. Self, well, get over it. Get over your self consciousness, Laverne. Really, you need to. You need to. Does putting a sticker now, Janet? I've seen you do better. Well, I don't say better, but more than just stick a sticker on stuff. But speaking of collage or mixed media or anything, we're talking about art cards. I was going to wait till you got in here so we could talk about it. I have not posted on the post page. I couldn't get on my post page this morning. So hopefully I can do that after stream. I can get over to my post page and post the information about the Halloween slash fall ATC artist trading card swap that we're going to do. And let me go over there and I'll try to recap everything. I can read it, but it wouldn't let me post this morning on there. I don't know. I feel I'm lucky to be here this morning. Let's see. All right. So hi, Carrie. Anybody else I missed coming in? All right. Let me go over to my YouTube and see if I can get to my post tab and see if I can read. So we can read. So we can read about the last ATC swap. It's going to be the exact same thing, all the same information, except it's going to be a different date. Okay, so yeah, let's see. And so yeah, let me. I'll read that here. I want to make sure enough people are here. So because I don't want to have. Now I'm going to do it twice. You'll have to go back. So anyway, yeah, and then I'll stop with this right now, just kind of cutting out in my new Flanzella book. I had it in my cart for about a month till it was released. And I got it as soon as the day it was released. I got it the next day, I think. So Got it off of Amazon, and Kat's already put a link in here. It's her first book. She does have a YouTube channel. Just look up Flanzella. She posts, I think she posts about, I don't know, a couple times, 3 times a month, maybe once a week. I'm not sure. So, but she does have a YouTube channel. Then we'll probably work in Mythographic, the Alice in Wonderland. I do have a few pages just started. We'll kind of maybe flip through that. Let me see. Let me put these over here. I did cut out this little scissors and made a little space in there, but it looked too much like eyes. I thought, by coloring that in and putting stars in there, it looked like two eyes, which could be okay. We'll see. So we'll look through this. Let's put my little welcome there, maybe just to have something there. All right. First off, let me let me go to my photos and show you what Terry and Tina's going to be a little late, but I'll show them there. Hi, Hermie. Anybody else coming in? So here, let me crop it down. I just did a screenshot of Terry's. You did good color and everything on this one too, Terry. I was impressed with your photography today. I always pick on Janet about her photography. Janet, is that the way you want your stuff to look? She's like, I don't care. I go, well, I care. Go fix it. Or let me fix it for you. All right. So the prompts were any vegetable, dots, beach, fox, and tree roots. And I gotta say, my favorite. Oh, I mean, I love your little characters because they have such personality. But I love the tree roots. The tree roots and the shadows and the way you did this. This really drew me in right here, Terry. I love the way you shaded that and did the whole tree root situation. I really, really like that. Um, so let me see here. So the little rabbit's going, I love the beach and the mornings before all the people get here. And look how cute her little characters are. Look at the little teeth, the little whiskers. And then she has the fox over here saying, oh, me too. Humans are so noisy and messy, leaving rubbish everywhere. Animals wouldn't do that. But look, she's got a little tie on there. And look at the little expressions. I just love Terry's illustrations. I love Terry's illustrations. And so she's Terry Brett 3 on IG. And this is just a screenshot. I'm sure I've liked it since then, but this is just a screenshot I took so I could show y'all. And the same thing for Cheshire Cat here. Sorry, Tina. And let me crop these down here. So Tina did a couple from Journey to Wonderland, and she did a double page spread. And Tina is Catacomic 64. Let me brighten that up just a little so y'all can. I'm on my phone. Let's do that one. And I'm not sure which is the left and which is the right. Let me crop this. See here. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay. So there's a double page spread, so I'm not sure which side is which. But look at all this that she's done. Tina, Catacomic 64. I love the little shells. So there's that. And then the other side is over here. Got a little fish. Coral. I love this. Look at the little detail and the shadows on the coral. She shadowed every little nubby. All the nubbies are shadowed and have a little shine to them. I know Janet appreciates those little glows, those little shines, because Janet's good at that. Janet's good at those shines and shadows. Shines and shadows. All right, let's see. I know, right, Kimberly? Hi, Lisa. Hermie, thank you for the you're welcome. You're welcome, Hermie. You're welcome. And that's partially because of Janet that I sent that to you. Just saying. So you can thank Janet. So yeah. Let's see. And those of y'all that knew that Starla lost her dad, I did send her a sympathy card from all the fibs, so she knows we're thinking of her, and so yeah, and sent one to Tina too with the loss of her aunt, her favorite aunt. We you have to practice, Pam. Pam says she colors like a fast kindergartner. I always ask people when they say that, how many pages have you colored? How many pages? uh, oh my goodness. Let's see. Uh, scrolling. Okay, so yeah, I wanted to show y'all some of the things I see and from y'all, and I do try to share them out as much as I can. Hi, Melinda. So much Carrie says I'm coloring now before I get ready. Okay, yeah. So Carrie's probably got heading out to work. If y'all don't follow So Carrie, trying to get her subs and hours built up, and I do shout that out whenever y'all are trying to get your subs and your watch hours built up. We try to do that, help y'all do that, as much as we can, so that y'all succeed in your YouTube endeavors. Shading and fancy stuff. Well, you know what, Ginger, Pam. I know you do your own streaming too, but I probably have 500 to 800 videos on how to do half my YouTube probably is coloring and how to color. So yeah, I got lots of tips and tricks. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and flip through this book real quick, and then let's see. Am I missing anything? Did I say I was going to do something and I haven't done it yet? I probably have. Let me get a bite of banana. Arlene says hi in chat, listening today. Okay, Arlene. Ginger, Pam. She's got, she used to be a teacher. She just retired. And she's got a tough skin. Ginger cow. She can take a lot, and it's so funny. Next time Pam, next time see her come up in my IG feed, there's this woman, and I follow her, but I didn't write it down to tell you, but I thought of you, and I said I need to send this to Pam. And I didn't at the time. I said, well, let me ask her what she thinks first. But it's this woman, and she has one of those kid phones, the little Fisher Price phones. She might have a couple different ones, but the little phone, she's holding the phone part to her chest, and she's on the pretend receiver, and she's pretend talking to parents she's a kindergarten teacher. Now, is she really? I don't know, but she's a kindergarten teacher, and she's pretend talking to the parents about, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious, Pam. And I think of you every time she pops up in my feed and think, oh my gosh, I'm sure she's heard that, kids saying that their parents have, you just have to watch. I won't tell it all. But yes. Ginger Pam hangs out. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you have to have thick skin to hang out with Messy Die. Messy Die's in Australia, and Pam is on the West Coast, so they can be compatible time, a little more compatible time wise to stream together. But yeah, I'll have to. You've seen her, Terry. You've seen her. I don't remember her name. I do not remember her name, but she is funny, isn't she? I'll have to next time she pops up, Ginger, I'll forward whichever one pops up to you. But I've watched a whole bunch of them. She's hilarious. Hilarious. All right, well, let me flip through this book, and I just did put this one in. I had a blank page in the front, so I put this one in that we did the other day. And let's see, let's go ahead and zoom in one here. Zoom in one, maybe brighten it up just a tad there. How's that looking? So this is the one we did from the first page. I used Flanzella's paper background, and her. This is all from her book. So we used her stuff that day. Hi, Angie. Let's see. You're not, you're not on top of the refrigerator. Let's see. Put in caps, guys, if you're talking to me. All right, so I'm just going to kind of flip through. This is, and some of them go, landscape, and some are portraits. So I'll have to flip back and forth. But this is the one that we did last week, and I did post it on Instagram, and with along with her book to help promote her book. So, all right, then there's this one. And this is a combination of different things, different books. I think the turtle is out of her book. I'm not going to be able to remember where I got all the different bits and pieces because there's one, two, three, four, five, at least five, maybe six different elements in this. I remember when you started that page. Yeah. So, yeah, and some of these are just starts. Some of them are a little further on, but that's why they're in this book. That's why they're in this book. It's a perforated. When I get done, I can unperf them and put them in my big binder, and with different. There's Tina with different, in the page protected and stuff. So, Tina, I did show your color book pages this morning before you came in. I showed your color book pages that you posted. So let's see how we doing on. Does that look clear? And hopefully everything looks good. So I like that one. So I'm just going to kind of flip through this guy here, the little space going on, and he's not sure what's going on. He landed. He landed here. I thought about putting a shark fin in the water or maybe a bridge here or something. You see, these are all in progress, guys. These are all in progress. Can't remember where you got them from. What kind of crappy enabling is this? Where I got what? Some of these elements from? This one? Are you talking about this? I don't know what you're talking about, Tina. What kind of enabling is this? This is just one of my big collage books. Hi, Momo. Let's see. Vale said, Didi, who's the kindergarten teacher on Bishop? I don't know. That's what I was saying a minute ago, Vale. I couldn't remember her name. I couldn't remember her name, Vale. And Vale, are you still in the hospital? Did I miss you saying something? I asked, but I don't know. I didn't know if you answered because chat moves and I do miss things. So I hope you got some kind of timeline or something, Vale, if you aren't. But yeah, I don't remember her name. So I don't know if I could find her on the fly. Let's see. Good, all is well. Tina, okay. I don't know. Let me see if my IG will load first in here because my this room. All right, let me just search funny kindergarten teacher on kid's phone. Let's see if that comes up. How about that? We might be able to find her. Yeah, I found her. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't know what she's going to say here, people, so be prepared, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry to bother you, but your son is crying incessantly because he said that your dog is bleeding out. She's on her period. Okay.
See, I told you I didn't know what she was going to say. Let's try another one. All right, her name is Gibby Gibbler. Gibby Gibbler 1. Alicia Gibson. I thought I followed her. Maybe I've just been liking her stuff. All right, let's find another one. Are y'all ready? Pam, are you around? This just reminds me of Pam. Okay, let's see here. All right.
First thing, what you do in your personal life is none of my business. But your son has told every single 5-year-old in this room today that his mommy sells feet pics on the internet for money. And first thing, get your bag, girl. But can you talk to him about keeping some things private? Yes, ma'am. I'm so sorry to bother you, but your daughter is absolutely hysterical this morning. We cannot get her to calm down. She keeps saying she's going to have to be adopted by another family because you're not going to make it out of the hospital, that the doctor is going to cut you up and you're not going to get out. What's going on? Because you sound perfectly fine. You stepped on a piece of glass a couple weeks ago and you have to get it surgically removed today. And it's under a local. and your daughter is overly dramatic. Okay, well,
so anyway, she's really funny. So y'all have to go. I know Tina, right? So yeah, her name is Gibby Gibbler1 on Instagram. I just got a whole bunch of them. She's hilarious. I just happened. Hi Jaya. Yes, I know, Pam. I knew you will love her, Pam. You will love her. So you'll have to go follow her. Gibby Gibbler1. Uh, okay. So let me go ahead and continue to flip through. So like this one, I don't know what I'm going to do with the background, and I just put some things together. Like this, I think the dino is out of Flanzella's book, and the rest is from just different things. Right, guys? Then this girl. See, I was, it's a new book, so I'm trying to, use it, not use it up, but use the new stuff. So I have her jumping into the space scene there, and this is like one, two, I don't know, three or four different parts to this one. Some of these are kind of simple. These also are not there might be a little bit of paint to some of them, but these are not like my discs, my disc worlds where I collage and paint them in. These are just collage. Pretty much. I'm sure some of those calls are guaranteed. Yes, exactly. Could be. You like this one, Lisa? Okay, so there's this one. And again, I like the juxtaposition of space and anything, but space and ancient and dinosaurs. And then this was a cave. This right here was some kind of a cave in a book. I don't know. And those stalactites and stalagmites, and it just looked. Didn't it just work with the woolly mammoth? And that the mammoth is out of Flanzella's book. Who would be surprised? I know exactly. That's a kindergarten teacher for sure, Pam. A kindergarten teacher. So I got that. And this is a different piece than this, and that's a different piece. This is just one that I, added on there. So yeah, they're just kind of tacked down because I have to layer. So I have to leave room to layer. Like this is not finished over here yet. This has got to have some kind of a like see where just my hand covering up. You can see the whole scene is been fixed, right? So anyway, and tuck things in. So this just kind of in progress. And this kind of book here just kind of keeps me, if I don't have a big disc plan or a poster. And if y'all want, I can pull some of my posters back out again. I haven't. Y'all, it might be too soon, but I have, my big posters I've collaged and painted on. But that's not these. These are just like smaller ideas, if you will. This reminds me of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom kind of thing. And see, they're just different layers of stuff. There's another layer here, and they're just tacked down with a glue stick. They're not glued. Um, this one, not done. See down here. Then this, I just like this. I don't know. This one I got. I think this one's out of an abandoned book, and then this is a different book. Then I got the little fish out of Flan. I think that the little fish are out of here, and just I got little fish kind of floating in and out of the scene. I might add a couple more. See, they're not. I can still add stuff to it. See, so maybe have somebody coming up or standing on the stairs. So hi, Zippity. Good morning, Christina. Okay, Angie. So yeah, this one's just partially done. It's got the. You're gonna have to no, don't get on the. You're gonna have to come back down here, Oliver, because you're gonna be bumping on my pin wall and making my camera jiggle. Come on. Oh gosh, come back down here. What did I knock over? Yeah. Um, this reminds me of a aquarium. So yeah, I might have a little crab on the steps. That's a good one. All right, let's Joyce. Let's see here. Let me see here. All right, Joyce. Let's see. Let's go over to the fish here. See if she has a little crab in here. She may not have a crab. I think she had a whole fish page though. Let's put this in the back because they're gonna all start falling out. That's just why I keep my books in the plastic sleeves, because then everything doesn't fall out all over the place. It's contained in the plastic sleeves. Once you start cutting into these kind of books, they're everywhere. So I keep them in the plastic sleeves. All right, let's see. So there's some fish things here, but she has maybe I cut the whole fish page out and it's in the back. We'll see. Let's see here. Probably because she had them kind of in kind of a good order here. So let's see. Maybe I cut that out. Let's see. Yeah, I'd have to. But you know what? You know where I could find one really quick. Hang on. Get me a sticker book. Got to get up. Oliver, duck your head. You're going under the table while I spin. All right. Let's see. Let's get one of the C sticker books. Let's just look here. Whoops. He's just tacked down. Let's not mess him up there. Okay. So like a seashore sticker book. All right. Is this too? I don't know. I'm not going to complain about the quality or anything today because I'm just happy to be here. These are just stuck on there for whatever reason. All right, let's see if we can find a little crab. Joyce's suggestion. And the coral would look good too, yes. But let's just see if I can find a quick crab. It would be nice to have one looking like he's walking, you know. Let's see. Like this one, maybe? Okay, but here's the thing. I don't want to stick it down without cutting his little legs, all those little legs. And I don't want to do that right now, so I'm just going to cut him out here. We'll just do this. And I'll just kind of, quick cut him, not fussy cut him out here. And let's just see if he'll work. Because I'm going to have to cut around each one of those little legs to be happy with it. And I don't want to do that right now. All right, let's see. I need to kind of tack him down a little better. Let's just tack him down a little better. And then I'll just tack him down. Look, like this. See, like he's coming up the stairs like that. And it'll look better without the white around him. But, yeah. So we'll put him in there later. Did I say hi, Leona? Thank you, Kat. All right, so I'm just going to continue here. Let's go ahead and flip through. And again, I don't know what we'll have here. Little Bo Peep. Look, she's peeking out of there. Maybe there's space behind her. You know? I do kind of like that. But here's a nice thing. If you just tack something down, you can take a picture of it, move it around, and do something else. Like I can put her right here. But then if I see another page where I like her and she's just tacked down, these aren't glued down like my big collages. So I can shuffle things around, take pictures and reuse her somewhere else. Maybe this one. This would be, I like the idea of this sitting here. On the TV. See, you can do so many things. Just a little something, You could have this, you could have him, that. He's watching Marlon Perkins on Nature, what was it called? Kingdom, the old 1960s TV show. No, he's watching a spaceship. So he might need some stars or something behind him. too. See if you have a couple things started, you can play around with it. Maybe it'll be a little glow right above his head there, something like that. See? I don't know if I kind of like it so he stands out, but you see what I'm talking about? All right, so there's you can do something like that. I'm not going to leave it because I'm moving these little things around here. Come on, get your little head out of there. See, like this. You can have all different kind of things going on. I don't have a lot cut out right now, so, but just so you can see, or you could have this could be tumbling down. This could be tumbling down off the top of the cliff like that, or maybe this way. Let's see. Have a waterfall. Now, if I did paint something on this, it would probably be painting some waterfalls. Okay, this is the one I was playing with before, right before I came on, was her. And this is a whole bunch of different elements here. And then this, and this are from the Flanzella book. And I just like the whole, record player vibe thing. So anyway, got that one going on. Again, another just starter. And just, you just pick up some elements and you just lay a couple things down and you get inspired. Like, I like that one. I like him there. So let's just go ahead and tack him down. So I'm just barely putting a little bit of a glue stick so I can move him. I can pick him up and move him. If you don't put too much though, you'll tear underneath. Just got to put just enough to hold him. Wild Kingdom. Yeah, Wild Kingdom. Oh, that was Jacques Cousteau. Oh, and Jacques Cousteau and Dizzy. Yeah, Wild Kingdom with the Marlin Perkin Marlin Marlin Perkins. I don't remember. Oh my goodness! But look, see how he just fits right there. It's just in the everything that works. Okay, this one is a little shell with some skulls. There's a moon, and then the old. In England, the can't think of the name of this one. That the abbey there, and then this is an older collage piece that I pulled out of my what do you call it, binder. And see, I can move things around. So, and it's also on a perforation. So, same for this one. This one might need something like a. No, I don't have enough stuff cut out. So I'm just going to flip here. This one, y'all have seen this one before. I pulled this one back out. I think I'm going to make a print of this one. I really like this one with the little astronaut here on the little spiral. There's a little city or something down there, and it's got a spiral thing going on it. And then, the space. And of course, y'all know I love, if I do time, it's got to have space and time. So there's that. It's another little thing like this could be cutting the flowers there. I'm not liking these scissors that I blacked them in and put space in there, but now all I see is eyeballs. So I'm going to have to really make it like, I'm going to have to really make, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm going to have to really make eyes out of this to be happy with it. I don't know. So anyway, this needs a B and this needs a B. I view. Anybody else coming in I missed? CB. And see, like this will need a little astronaut with a harness around him like he's riding on top of him. I'm trying to imagine where my little astronaut book is. Hang on. Excuse me, Oliver. I gotta spin. Hang on. Let me see if I can find my little sticker book that's quick. Here we go. And I can't find them. I got these at, and I bought 2 or 3 of them. I got them at a Blick. They have a spinner rack of kids sticker books. And this one, see, I've got a couple of them in here. and they don't have them anymore. But I need. Let's see here. Let's see if I got one handy. So you can see how much I use these astronauts. Let's see here. I want one of the little ones like walking. I use them so often, and of course I can print them out too. But it's more fun if you have a sticker. But I'm gonna have to get in the other books. I think I've used all those. Let's see if I got any in this one. So I'm really looking for like this guy, but I've used him so much I may not have an extra. And I don't take pictures of the stuff. I don't like this one might be good. I don't make like a copy of this. He's facing the wrong way. If he was facing the other way, he'd be perfect. So I might use this one. Let's hold on to him. I think that one might work. This one's let's see. This one might be better. No, he's got his arm up, so that one might be better. Just kind of show y'all, it's kind of fun to play. These guys are facing the wrong way. All right, let's see here. Like I like him, but again, he's facing the wrong way. That's the same guys, but I like the size of him better, I think. Yeah, I like this size. This is the same guy, just smaller. So let's put him down there and keep this one. Decisions. Okay, we're going to roll with it because sometimes you just overthink. So let's go ahead and cut him out. Guys, I found an international website that sells the new. Oh, yeah, Tina's all excited. She messaged me, and it's okay because she knows I get up early. I think it was about, and Tina has weird sleeping hours. We all know this, and I'm not going to get into her narcolepsy or anything, but Tina Hubster goes, "Why is Tina messaging you at 4:30 in the morning to talk to you about pencils?" I said, "Well, let's see what she has to say." She found her 20 polychromos that she's bought herself for a brand. Tina's birthday is Friday. But Hubster was just like shaking his head like, Tina's messaging you at 4:30 in the morning to tell you she found some pencils? Well, yeah. It was cute, Tina. Don't go any earlier than 4:30 though. And we go to bed early, so. Hi, Devin. How you doing? Where are you streaming today, Devin? Where are you streaming today? All right, so I am going to stick this down, so that means it'll be stuck because it's a sticker. It's going to be stuck down. I mean, I can always cover it up or something, but anyway. So I'm just thinking. Let's see. Let's get that little piece out there. There we go. Come on. Stuck. I don't want to tear him. That little tiny piece is stuck right there. Let's cut it off. There we go. All right, so I'm thinking. I kind of want him behind. The bird's landed on the branch, but he's going to be riding on the bird. So maybe something like, and I want his little hand to show. So maybe, or maybe he could be floating out here. Maybe this is a better option. He can be floating out here. And then, where's a black pen? Let's see. And then he's got where's his other hand? Right here. And I could make a better one later, but right now. So he's holding on to a kind of like a harness thing there. Put a little highlight. There we go. Something like that. Oh my goodness. Hi, Shar. Anybody else? Let's see. Arlene gave me an emotional support pickle to keep me company during all the weird hours I'm awake. Oh, well, that's awesome, Tina. An emotional support pickle. Oh my gosh! And of course, Arlene would have thought of that. Thank you, Alyssa. Uh, uh, yes, my evil laugh. Okay, so then here we got some of the pyramids going on and seashells because I believe that the pyramids used to have water around them. Let's see. This is just some random spacey flowers. You know, who knows what can be going on around them. Same for this. I got a little bird flying through, and this is some leftover sea, not coral, but some kind of a sea anemone or something. It went the other way, but I turned it on its side and got a little bird there. We need some little, could have a little person up here, like maybe looking over a cliff, like looking over this down into this water. And I could put some more stars or something in here, you know, and have a little person looking over the edge. I don't know if, let me see if Lanzella's got a little person looking over the edge. I just pulled her book this morning, so that's why we're well, and I like it too. But I mean, it's new. Y'all know I gotta play with all the new stuff. Let's go over the people here, and then there's my leftover. I used the head of that robot in that first page. Let's see here. What else we got? I need somebody kind of looking over an edge. Oh, you know what? That I don't really want the guy to look like he's fishing for that. Although it could be a flying fish. Could be a flying fish, and this little fisherman, these two fishermen are, or the whole boat. Let's just, I won't fussy cut the whole thing. I'll just kind of settle them in there. Here, let's see what we can do. This is inspiration day, people. I'm not, I'm planning on doing a little bit of coloring, but yeah, I wasn't sure I was going to be able to stream today because of the YouTube issues I was having last night. I'm not sure what that is. Is that a net? Oh, he's got a net. He's got a little net. All right, now I'm just going to kind of, quick cut around. Then we'll fussy cut them out later. And when I cut this kind of thing out, I don't cut the string out. I'll cut that away and draw the string in. Same thing like if I do butterfly antennas or, those kind of stringy kind of things, I just draw them back in. I'm not fussy cutting that out. I'm not cutting out that fishing line. Didi, Tina texts you for because Jacqueline calls me at 3 in the morning. Aw, well, that's because she likes you, Angie. Okay, so see something like this. Now it's going to look like they're on the water, right? So we'll have something like that. I think that might work, or even up here a little bit. We'll see. See what I'm talking about? And it could even be like he's fighting it, But I would have it attached. So let me just kind of tack that in right here. Just a little tack. And then and I can always, paint over things, erase things. So like he's going to catch this fly fishing here. Maybe he hasn't really caught it yet. Maybe it's like this. I am going on some paint here, so something like this, and maybe there'll be a big hook right here. Something like that. We'll see. But here's the thing, guys. I know it's hard to, if you're very, you got to finish something before you move on. If you've got to do an art journal page, it has to be done before you move on. I cannot work that way. I never have. I mean, I can finish a page, obviously. I finish lots of things. But if I don't finish something and I halfway finish it, doesn't bother me. It's a keep moving and come back to it. Hi, Fire Horse, come back to it. This one I worked on probably about a month ago, and I stuck it in here because I really like the colors and what's going on here. But yeah, I'm not sure where I'm going with it yet, but I like this. So, okay, same for this one. I need to do watch hands coming out. So like that one. We did this one on stream. This was out of one of the books where abandoned or altered page or something, calendar maybe. And so did a little painted in the waterfall coming off of the building and a spaceship, taking off there. This girl, the only thing I've done on this is all one page, which I can. One of the nice things about getting a scene like this is you can take your knife or scissors or whatever, and you can you can cut. Let's make sure, yeah, you can cut, into. See, she kind of looks like Alice in Wonderland, so you could do a time situation because like that. So if you cut all the mountains and hills, and this could go in any place. It could go down here. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Maybe right here. Let's just do this. I'm not cutting through all the pages here. I'm being kind of careful. So we can do maybe this way. So I cut through, yeah. That might be better because she's kind of aiming toward it. She's trying to get back. Trying to get back in her own time. So she's she's trying to find the time. To get back to time. Oh gosh, guys, I have to show y'all something else. I sent it to Janet so I could save it. I told her it was on Instagram. Let's see if I can show y'all. This is going to be our new. I think it was Instagram, wasn't it, Janet? Let's see. Yes. I told her this is going to be our new baby wipe method. Y'all know how we do the mist and the fog and the clouds. Well, look at this guy. Let's see if he'll come up. All right, here we go. His name is Scott. Oh, hang on. Can y'all see it? Let me try to start it over. Hopefully it'll go. It's wanting to buffer. He's putting his handprint. See the lighthouse over there? And then he does with the palette knife. See, it's buffering. But if you go over to Scott Lawrenson, there he goes. He does that with the palette knife, which I love palette knives too. So isn't that cool, guys? Let's watch it again. So he puts his paint of handprint on there. So we have to do this will be our new baby. He goes, I can do that. And then there you go. So that'll be our new baby wipe. No, right? All right, let me go ahead and just tack this in here. Okay. All right, then here's another undersea. And we did this on stream. Started this one on stream some time ago. This one's an older one, way older. And I picked up, and the other thing too, that if you're doing a larger collage, let's just say, let me pick something large. Okay, let's say this one. All right, so let's just say you did this, and it's like, I'm not sure if I like all that. Wait, hang on. Sorry, Oliver, got to spin the chair. Let me see if I can find, here we go. Here's my. Everybody needs to have a little viewfinder. All you need are 2 L's of black paper, and you can make your own viewfinder. So let's just say I like her, but maybe I didn't like this, or, I wasn't sure. So you can make a little, just pieces of a black cardstock, and look, see, now you can go in here and see what you like. Maybe you don't even like the record player. Maybe you just like the record over here. You see what you can do here? You can find what you do like. You can find what you do like and then just make some marks and cut it out. Don't be afraid to cut down your collages. See, so you see how I almost like that better. So you see how you can do. Oh no, you can't get up there and mess with my pins. See what I'm saying though? So just have a couple pieces of cardstock so you can do a view finding situation. See, and just pick out things that you like. All right, let's see, where do we leave off? All right, so what I was going to say is this. No, Oliver. They're so stubborn. He's stubborn. So you could like this. It might have been a bigger collage, but then I cut it down. I just put this on there and found the area I liked. It could even be, it could be just this. See what I'm saying? So if you have one of these, you can, you know, uh, it's not, I want to use the word synthesize, but that's not it. You can, you know, work it down. I'll think of the word in a minute. And so same for this one. This was a bigger collage too. And this is a napkin. This is or two napkins actually. That's one napkin. I can feel it, and that's another napkin. I might be three napkins. This one, and this one. But again, let's just say you think, well, maybe I don't like that. Maybe I just want the bird. Maybe I just want that. See what I'm saying? So if you have one of these, okay. No, we don't want him to have any zoomies. They get a treat. They do get a treat, like the little Fancy Feast treat. And I don't know, Fancy Feast is the brand, but they do get their little treats. So you see what I'm talking about? So then you can cut this down to whatever you might like. It doesn't, so just because you think, oh, well, I mess it up, I don't like it, just cut it down. Cut it down. And this one goes this way. Again, this one needs something in it, I don't know. And you don't be afraid to go off the edge, too, That's a little big for this small. But I do like the high contrast of really big and really small. There's that. This already got a watch up here in the hills. And I think that's all I got in this one right now. So let me go ahead. I'm going to do a BRB real quick. And then I'll pull out my big binder. We'll do a quick flip through that. And then I think we might color. I pulled this book to sketch something out of. I don't know. People don't really enjoy sketching. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe they just don't like to watch me sketch because we do so many other things. But Janet's here. Let me do a BRB because I wanted to talk about the artist trading card swap. Okay. Now, when I walk out of here, Oliver's probably going to get up here, go over to the pins, push on the pins. It's going to jiggle the camera. So we'll see. But I'm going to try to get him under. Right now, he's under the table because I've spun the chair. So I'm going to do a BRB, and then we'll talk about the artist trading cards for October. Hang on. I'll be right back. Okay, let me get a piece of paper here so I can get copy paper here. And we'll talk about the artist trading card ATC swap for October. Okay, I'll make notes. I'm going to post and I'm going to go back and read. Oh, good. He's decided he wants to go somewhere. All right. I think I have it saved over here. Let me see. Did it save it? No, it did not. Okay, let me go over here. Okay, here we go. All right. So here's the thing. Jan and I talked about, and I'm going to post this. I will. I will post in the post tab later. I wanted to do this morning, but it wouldn't let me. And like I said, last night I spent 2 hours trying to figure out what was going on with my YouTube channel, and was just hoping I could I could stream today. So, and I missed Devin. I just saw Devin say something. Devin, are you streaming today? If you are, where are you streaming? Let me stop and look, because she probably answered that earlier and I missed it. But this will be in the post tab. I'll keep writing while you. Um, see, she's answering. Just had Lisa. And that's probably a little bit of a lag too. That's why we quit doing this too much to do randoms anymore. I'll try to catch her. I'm not seeing her answer me. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. Move this back into my book. There's another piece here. I'm not on today. Okay, so she's not streaming today. Okay, thanks, Devin. She streams like every other week, and I know she posted on her channel, but when I come to stream here this in the morning, I don't think about when's Devin going to stream until I see Devin while she's here. You know what I mean? So, all right. So we're going to do artist trading cards, and we just finished one. Janet just swapped them out. We did the 250th American birthday, and the internationals could post anything about their country, like UK post. Terry did some flags. Canada, Joanne did some Canadian flag. You can do whatever you want when we do something like that, if it's that specific. So that's why I'm calling this. Not everybody does Halloween, but everybody has fall. Even in Australia, even though it's not probably the right time of year, but So feel free, even if you're in Australia. All right, so let's see here. She said she's not saying okay, maybe Friday. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay, thanks, Tina. You're excited, Marilyn? Okay. Now again, here's what I posted in my post tab 2 months ago for the what do you call it? The 250th birthday, America birthday, all the deets here and all the rules and everything. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll repost. Most of this is going to be the same except the date and the name. Most of this will stay the same, but I will repost this when I can. It wouldn't let me do it this morning. But if you need to know anything about artist trading cards and what to do, the rules and all that, this is going to work for you except for the dates. The dates are going to be the same. So here's what we're going to do. It starts today. So today is 8/19/26, and Janet has to have the artist trading cards in her little hot little hands the absolute final day. If it's the 11th, it's not, then you're out. You have until October 10th. That is 8 weeks. This is when it's due. Okay. It is due then. Okay. You have not one single date over. If you do not get it to her by October 10th, you will just have your artist trading cards sent back to you in your own self-addressed stamped envelope. And here's one of the things, if you've not been in any of these swaps, it's not to be mean or not to be going, well, you just got to do it by this date. Well, here's the thing. If we wait for you, everybody, all 25, 30 people are waiting for you. You see what I'm saying? So it's just not about just you. So that's why we have to have a hard date. And that's why we give you 2 months. 2 months, people. Hi, Joanne. Finish my card. Joanne already knew we are going to do a Halloween, so she's already got them done. Oh my gosh, Joanne. And so, again, all this information I will post. Let me go back over here. I will post it in the post tab on my, there's the live, there's a home, there's a live, there's shorts, there's a whole bunch of and then there's a post tab. on your YouTube header there, and so this is where it will all the information will be. And while I'm here, let me just go ahead and say, I think videos is one of them. If you go to my channel and you click on, you were looking for my videos, I have hardly very few videos, and I have even fewer shorts. Everything I do is under the live tab. You have to find me under the live tab if you want to find all my hundreds and hundreds of videos. They're all under the live tab, not the video tab, not the home, not the shorts. They're under the live tab. Okay. But I also, and I think playlist is one of them too, playlist. So, in playlists, if you go to my playlist, you'll see tons of they're broke out in 15 or 20 different options to find my videos. But just to go over to my channel and just randomly watch my videos, don't go to the video tab, go to the live tab. Thank you, Kat. There we go. Let me, because I think a lot of people don't know that, especially if you're kind of new to YouTube. You don't know that you have these are all broke out like this: shorts, videos, live, playlist. Now, this is probably not the correct order that they're in, but anyway, the post tab is where I will put all this information. Again, this is under my post tab right now from 2 months ago when we did the other swap. So I'm going to kind of refer to this just to make sure I cover everything, but I will repost this when YouTube lets me. Okay, it wouldn't let me this morning. Janet's not joking. It's so much. Let's see. I will start and make more. Oh, thanks, Joanne. Okay, so CB suggested 10 cards and get 9 back. Okay, what do y'all think? Here's our options. You can, and Janet's the swapper. She does all the swapping. So the person that does the swapping, this is a traditional swapping rule, if you will, that the person that does all the swapping, gets it all ready and sends them back to you, always gets to keep 1. So here's what we can do. And y'all are here. Y'all are going to get to decide. We can do, this is what we did the last time. Send in 6 and you get 5 back. Because Janet keeps 1 of everybody. But somebody, I think Janet just said CB suggested, if y'all want, we can do send 10 and get 9 back. Now, if y'all would rather do that, we could do that. And I might even throw in, well, no, I'm not going to say that yet because that's more work for Janet. I'll talk to her about it. So y'all decide, which would you rather do? Send 6 and get 5 back, or send in 10 and get 9 back? Janet said she doesn't care which one. She says, let's do 10. I don't care. Not 6 sets. Oh, get 6. Yeah, get 6 and 5 back. All right, so I'm seeing half and half. What do y'all think? We're gonna have a vote here. We got about half and half. Some of y'all are saying 6. Some of y'all are getting 10, or saying 10. All right, y'all keep. Everybody's going 10 now. 10. All right, so maybe we should do 10. We did 6 last time. If y'all can make 6, you can make 10. We'll go with 10. Okay, so we're gonna do with 10. And you get 9. You get more back. You get 9 back. All right, so I keep losing my screen here. All right, so let's go back over here. Let me go back to my post. Hang on, I gotta go find it again. Hang on, I let it go to sleep, and now I gotta find my post tab again. Hang on. Yeah, so here's the different things. So you got your home, you got your videos, you got your shorts, you got your live, you got your playlist, and then you got your post, and then store. You got, which I don't do a store right now. Maybe someday I'll do a store, but anyway, so post tab is where, let me scroll back down from 2 months ago. Okay, hang on. I don't want it to go back to sleep. I want to keep time and go find it. All right. So wait till I tell you all this information. Then if y'all have any questions, again, I will post all this today or tomorrow on the post tab. Okay. All right. I'm going to read it. And the only thing I'll try to change the date as I read it. Okay. Artist Trading Card Swap, ATCs. This is going to be a Halloween or fall um, theme. Okay. Artist trading cards are 2.5 by 3.5 inches. Just so international. I mean, y'all know. But I'm trying to read off of here. You're going to send in 10 and get 9 back. Janet's the host and gets to keep one for all the work in the swap. Contact Janet for her address to send in your cards. You do not need to contact her to participate. Just get her address and just send the cards. There's no sign up. No sign up. You just send in your cards. Okay, no sign up. And Janet's. Let me give y'all her email. Janet M. Dot Young, and she'll probably put it in here. Do not forget the dot. If you forget the dot, Janet will not get it. Janet M. Dot Young at yahoo.com. Okay, she just put it in there. Do not forget the dot. All right, I'm telling y'all now, she will not get your email if you forget the dot. And that's just to get her address. If you have her address, you don't need to contact her. You just need to send in your artist trading cards, okay? Janet will be showing all the cards on her weekly stream as she gets them. So Joanne will probably be the first one. I think Joanne's already got them. Janet will show them. Janet streams. She streams every Monday at 1 p.m. I almost said 1 a.m. 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So as she gets them in, she will show them. Let me zoom in once and maybe y'all can see a little better here. Let's just zoom in here. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Let me straighten this out because that annoys me. There we go. Can y'all see that? Okay. She'll be showing them. She'll show all the cards as she gets them in. All right, now this is very important. This is important, especially because of the international people. No, none, nada. How do you spell nada? That's Nate. Nada. None dimensionals. 3D, I should say. No 3D dimensionals, because that puffs up the envelope and it also can hinder international mail if it's got, dimensionals on it. We try to be nice if somebody has sent in something with dimensionals on, but we're going to have to just start sending dimensionals back because they tear envelopes. And things are sent back in your envelopes, which we'll get to here in just a minute. But if you have dimensionals on there, a big bump of something pretty, and that's going to tear the envelopes, especially international. Okay. Yes, this is physical cards. Physical cards, Firehorse. Yes. Okay. Devin says she's going to memorize the periodic table. Oh my gosh. I wanted to find something with yellow and, fall colors. This is the only paper I had. This is the only thing I had in fall colors was my periodic chart of elements poster. It's a poster. Okay. So you go ahead and memorize it, Devin. Okay. So no dimensional items. And it also adds to the postage. Okay. Originals only, no copy. Let me get another piece of paper. Hang on. Let me get another piece of paper so I can keep these so y'all can watch, see all the information. Again, I will post all this information on my post tab later. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's try to get in there. Okay, now let's get back over here. Originals. That means everyone they're not copied. In other words, each original. Okay. In other words, don't just make one and make a copy of it. Now, let me tell you what you can do. For instance, in my 250th birthday ATCs that I made, I made copies of the Statue of Liberty and cut each one out and glue them on each one. Did other things with my card, but each one is original. Don't just make one card. Don't just make one card and copy it. Don't do that. Each has to be an original. Does that make sense? Okay. But you can use copies of something. Like I said, I use the Statue of Liberty. So you can use elements. You can use elements. Like, let me give you another example. All right, here, let me just get my little book here. This might help. Here's my book of the ones that we did for the 250th birthday. For instance, look, Mary ATC. Mary ATC she hand carved this eagle in a stamp. And then she stamped it a whole bunch of times, but she did not just stamp it once and write this and that and make copies. Each one is an individual. Here's mine with the Statue of Liberty. Each one is different, but this is a copy, but not the whole thing. Am I making sense on the copying thing? Okay. So let me go ahead and flip through here. This is just an extra one that Terry made for me. This wasn't one of the actual cards. So here's the cards that I got, and I still even ended up with two of Jimmy, even though I sent two back. Janet accidentally sent me too many Jimmys. Did you get them yesterday, Janet? You should have got your Jimmys in yesterday. Your cards that I sent you back. Did you get them back? Yeah, each one is an original. Thank you, Kat. It's going to be on top of an actual. Well, it doesn't have to be on a playing card, Hermie. It can just be on a piece of cardstock that's 2.5 by 3.5. It does not have to be on a playing card, but it has to be this size. You can cut your cardstock, or you can use a playing card, but you're going to have to sand it. You're going to have to sand your playing card down if you want to paint on it or draw on it, because it's shiny and it won't take things. Thank you, CB. But as long as they're this size, it can be a playing card, a card stock, can be a baseball card. Baseball cards are this size, as long as it's 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. Okay. That's the okay. Hermie got it. Okay. So anyway, I'm just kind of showing you. And Janet, did you get your? I didn't see if Janet got her Jimmy cards back. She accidentally sent me too many. So anyway, so these are the ones that I got in the trade. And so, yeah. And I'll probably put this set in there too, because I have room for it. All right. So each original. All right. Then, I lost my thing again. I got to hang on. I got to go. Okay. It's still there. Okay. So, all right. So what you do is you're going to send 10 cards. You'll get 9 back in an envelope to Janet with, very important here, this is very important, a self-addressed stamped envelope. Somebody did ask me what SASE meant one time, so I'm going to write it out. Self-addressed stamped envelope. And what that means is you'll send your envelope of your cards. You'll send your envelope, you're going to send them to Janet with this in it. So you're going to send your cards plus a self-address. So you're going to have your name. You have to address your own envelope, in other words. Your name and postage. I recommend 3 stamps. Now, international, this is Janet and I's rules, because international people cannot can't send us international postage. So if like, let's say, I'll use Terry. Terry's in UK. Terry cannot send a self-addressed stamped envelope with British UK postage. We can't send that back with British postage. So international postage is return postage. Paid by me and Janet. Okay. So, but you still have to send. You still have to send the envelope, guys. If you're international. Okay. The postage will pay for, but you still have to send the envelope with your name and address. And address. Don't just send your name. Okay, so let me see if I'm getting any questions or anything here. Okay. Hi Jane. We're just going over the artist trading card swapping rules. Halloween and or fall, Missy. Yes, Halloween and or fall. So here's the dates. It starts today, and you have to have them to Janet by October 10th. That's 8 weeks, guys. 8 weeks. If you can't get them, if you don't think you can do it, if you're international, do not wait till October 1st to send them in because they're not going to make it on time. And Janet will just put them in your self addressed stamped envelope and send yours back to you. We figured 2 months is plenty of time. All right. And I said hi to Jane and Joanne. I think I said hi to Jane. I'm just making sure I don't have any questions. How many stamps on the envelope that we send to Jen? Well, that's going to depend. It's usually about three. Three should cover it. Okay, three should cover it, even with 10 cards. Okay, but if you're not sure, then take one of your envelopes to the take your envelope to the post office and mail and make sure. Or if you're scared, put four. If you're scared it's not going to make it, put four. But even with 10 cards, 3 stamps should be enough. Okay. Coming and going. Because you're going to get back 9, right? So coming and going, 3 should do it. But if you think, oh, this is a little thick, or if you have an extra big self-addressed stamped envelope that you have to fold over 3 times, you better put some extra on both, coming and going. Because Janet's going to use the envelope you send to send yours back. So whatever you send your envelope with, whatever address you put on there, however many stamps you put on, except international, is what that's it. Janet's not taking all y'all's envelopes to the post office and making sure they have enough. Although Janet and I always come up with, we always put more postage out there just in case. But at least 3 stamps. Now, international, I don't know how many stamps it's going to take you to get them to Janet. That's going to depend on your international postage to get them to Janet, and but we will pay for paid for on the way back, the return postage. Okay, let me see if I got any more questions there. Okay, oh, I lost my thing again here. I keep letting it go to sleep. But 4 stamps will be extra safe. Okay, 4 stamps to be extra safe. Okay, now let's see what else do I have here. Okay. Sign the back of your cards, and you can put plus your you can put your email, your IG, whatever socials you want. But be aware. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let me write you down because super chatters get stickers and prints back. Devin, thank you. Thank you, guys. Let me write this down. Lisa Welch and Devin. Thank you, guys. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all will both get super chat thank you mail back. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Thanks, Devin. And I'm going to send out that book to you, Devin. And you don't send me any postage for that, Devin. I'm just sending it to you. I know, right? Right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all. It does help us. I do pay for StreamYard every month. I did downgrade to not having guest option because I don't have guests, and you pay extra. You pay almost double to have the guest option, and I don't have guests, so I cut my StreamYard in half by not having guests because I don't do guests. So why am I paying for it? So I still get the 1080p quality, and all that. I think I could have 4K too if I had the right camera. My camera doesn't do 4K, but if I had a 4K camera, I could do 4K as well with the same price. But anyway, back to the thing here. Okay, so thanks guys, I appreciate that. All right, let's see what else we have. Any more questions for stamps? Yes, Marty, artist trading cards. Um scrolling. Put it in caps if you have any questions. You'll figure it out. So you'll figure it. All right, now look. So I'm going to call you out. So much glitter, Carrie. Let's just talk about her for a minute. She loves Halloween so much. She has a Halloween tree before a Christmas tree. You will have no problem thinking of some Halloween cards. I don't think you're really having a problem. I think you're just trying to decide. uh, yes, a standard envelope. It will fit in a standard, business size envelope. Let me see if I got one handy here. Do I have one handy? Let's see here. I used to have one here like this and this. Here, we'll do a sample. We'll do a sample thing here. All right, so this is your self-addressed stamped envelope, your name, your address. And I know I'm covering all this again and again, but every time we do this, we have new people, and we want everyone to enjoy enjoy. And it may seem complicated. Once y'all do one, it's not. And your address, okay, with at least 3 stamps. Okay, so you're going to do this with your. Don't just draw squares. Don't send Janet a bunch of squares in the corner. Accept international, we will pay international return. So you're going to do this, okay? You're going to do this, and you can fold it 3 times, okay, like this. You're going to do this. You're going to put it in here, your cards to Janet, okay? And you'll have to put your own postage, of course. Okay, so here's what it entails. Your cards to Janet with a self-addressed stamped envelope with stamps. You're going to put this and your cards in here with your cards, and you're going to send this to Janet. Okay, does that make sense? So all Janet, well, I say all. It's a process, people. It's a big process to swap cards. She'll have to take these out, and she goes through everything, swaps out, and then 10 is a lot. And you'll get 9 back because Janet gets to keep one of everybody's for the work that she does for the swap. That's just the way, that's swap etiquette. That everybody does that, swap etiquette. So you'll do that. And yeah, all right. So let's see what other things I have over here. Yes, 10 will fit in there. Space them out. I mean, don't just stack them up. So, I mean, don't stack them up like, don't stack them up like this and put them in there. It'll get thick. Space them out. Okay. Okay, back to signing your cards on the back. Sign your cards on the back, and you can put IG or any socials, but be aware that you do not know who's going to get your card. So any information you put on the back, at least sign, at least put your name, because otherwise we're going to be showing them off. Go, oh, well, look at this beautiful Halloween card I got. This cool pumpkin and la, but there's no sign, no signature. So we don't know who made it. Janet's not going to write your name on the back of your 10 cards. And I'm saying all this because I don't want y'all to make more work for Janet. Not that you would do so on purpose. I don't mean that. And I got my teacher voice on, I understand. And I'm not a teacher, so I can talk this way. Anyway, so just don't make more work for Janet. But sign the back of your card, and you can put other information like your IG if you want people to know your Instagram or whatever socials you want. But at least sign the back of your card so everybody knows who made them. Okay. All right, let me scroll here and see if what if I made a shaker? Shaker, the thing about Leona shaker cards is going to be too thick. That's going to be a dimensional. Shaker cards are going to be, unless you just put them between 2 pieces of plastic that probably isn't going to shake very well. Remember, back over here, one of the main rules, no dimensionals. And again, the reason is that that costs more postage coming and going, and not everybody may have the sturdy envelope. Not everybody may have a nice sturdy envelope that you have that will handle dimensions. And Janet's not going to make sure your envelope is thick and good and going to handle it. And the other reason is because internationals, that causes a postage problem to send international. Okay, no dimensions. So if you mean by a shaker card two flat pieces of plastic that are perfectly flat, I don't see how that will shake. But usually shaker cards are this thick. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. There you go. See, so Carrie. Oh, thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much. Let me write you down. Debbie. Thank you so much. Debbie's my cozy mystery reading partner. Debbie and I read our cozy mysteries together. All right, thank you, Debbie. I'll send you a print of, and I've been making more. I made a whole bunch of fish. I'll show you all those again in a minute. I made a whole bunch of fish stickers, and I'll show you the stickers I'm going to make. Hang on, I'll show you that in a minute. Let me finish. This. Couldn't be any clear. CB's going. Okay, Dee Dee, you couldn't be any more clear. You've cleared it up 5 times over. I do have a way with repeating, the rules, but all right, let's see. Hang on, I lost my thing again here. Let me go back and find the post tab. Let's go down here to here. All right, there we go. All right, we're back. I'm trying to read off the last artist trading card swap. And look, y'all I don't know if this will make sense to y'all later, but if you think it'll help, then take a screenshot. Jenna will like to know on the back, read the name on the back. Yes. Yeah, exactly. You can put your full name, your screen name. Yeah, whatever you put on there, she's going to read. Like Devin, her real name's Yolande. She doesn't it's not a secret. But let's just say she didn't want anybody to know her name was Yolande. She just wanted Devin. Well, then don't put Yolande on the back. You see what I'm saying? You put whatever you put on the back is what everybody in the swap is going to see. Okay. Don't put your home address. Don't put your phone number. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Let's see. I'm starting. Cozy girl mystery. Oh, okay. Read about. Okay. I know. We love our cozy. Okay. I don't want to get off track too much here. All right. Okay. What did I now see? I already forgot what I said I was going to show y'all after this. Oh, stickers. See, I got to write things down. Show new stickers. Okay, I'll show. I have to write notes because we get off track. Okay, went to originals, no copies. Now elements, like let's just say you hand drew a pumpkin. Okay, you have a little hand drawn pumpkin. You can make a whole bunch of copies of that pumpkin, and on every card you could glue one of those pumpkins. But don't just glue the pumpkin on the card and leaves, whatever you put on it, and make copy. No, they all have to be originals. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, no home addresses on here. All right, I think that I've covered everything. And again, I'll put all this information on a new post either today or tomorrow, whenever YouTube will let me. I barely got to stream today, guys. My YouTube was messed up last night. 2 hours, and this morning I woke up and things were working, but I was not sure I was going to stream today. Okay, so now questions. Oh, yes, please. Please give me a thumbs up. Thank you, Kat. I'll take a thumbs up. Thumbs up are good. Okay, so thank you so much, Glitter. I called out So's Halloween tree. She talks about it on her stream, guys. I'm not telling y'all anything. It's a secret. All right, so Carrie has a balcony in her car. Yeah, you want one, Marty? You want a balcony in your car, as long as you're not driving while you're in the balcony. All right, so let me leave this here for just a second and read chat. If y'all have any questions, tell me now, and I'll eat a bite of banana. And let's see, I'm so happy. YouTube, yeah, I know. It was a little touch and go last night. I spent 2 hours trying to figure out the problem, looking up is anybody else having problems, and apparently a lot of people were having problems. Twitch people were having problems. Other streaming platforms were having problems, and the thing was is I could do everything on my YouTube channel except watch the videos. The videos came up. Sorry, try, the sorry, try again kind of thing. Black screen, sorry, try again. Every video is including mine. I could not watch any videos. But like I went over to Beth's. Beth was live last night. So I went over to Beth's just to do a test on somebody's live stream. It gave me the sorry, come back. But the chat was there. I could read the chat, see all the chat. Chat was fine. But the videos. So I'm thinking there was just some glitch going on because like I said, I wasn't the only one. Twitch people, other streamers. I think a baseball game was being, I don't know, but it wasn't. But here's weird. So it was just my account, my channel. I could watch things on Hubster's phone. So it was weird. It was really weird. Yeah, an error occurred. Please try again. That one, Tina. Yeah. So I didn't know if it was going to affect my streaming or what this morning, but I got up this morning and I can watch everybody's videos, including my own, and y'all can too. So that's what counts. All right, let me get a sip of water and let me show y'all. And I know we're just doing a lot of talking and planning and stuff today. So, maybe I'll do a little bit of coloring because if I don't, I'll have to take that out of the title of today's video. All right. So let me show y'all what I've got different stickers. Y'all can tell me what ones you like because I'm remaking some, and well, I'm really remaking all of the ones that you might see. All right, so first off, I had a bunch of black and white. This is how I make. Y'all want to see how I make stickers? Did y'all get all this information? Are you close to? No, no. I'm in Georgia. I'm south of Atlanta. But how we don't know how they route things, do we, Pam? They could route things like the fires up in the Northeast. When the fires in Oregon and Spokane and all that. That who knows if that could have routed Google from California to Oregon to here. Who knows? A lot of things could affect the routing of the signals and stuff. And I do not know the routes. I'm just glad I'm here today. And that's the thing. We unless you're in the loop of some of these companies or something, you don't know. We don't know. It could, all my internet was fine. All the internet was fine. TV, cable, phones, iPad, all the internet was fine. So it wasn't the internet. It was just YouTube for me. But I'm not on Twitch or anything like that. I used to be, but I'm not on Twitch, and I don't do TikTok, so I don't know if that affects. Anyway, okay, we're gonna swim on out of this. We're swimming. We're gonna swim out of this. Okay, so there. If y'all need to, again, I'm gonna post all this stuff on my post tab later. All right. So there we go. Now, don't forget to put it in caps if you're talking to me because chat moves fast, and if it's not in caps, I'll try to catch it later on when I scrub through my chat later. But I might miss something here. I didn't even see a typo, Ginger. Bam. Okay, so I've already sent some of these stickers out to some of y'all. Let me put a piece of. Let's see. Let's get these back here. Let's do this. Let's do this. So we have something here besides the table of elements to put a background. Hi, Dot. So I made a bunch of new stickers. This is how I make my stickers. Well, no, I shouldn't say all of them, but this is how I'm making this set. So these are some of the fish that I had made or drawn for Inktober one year. So I made 3 different kinds. Here's this one, this one. Let me get the 3 different ones. And this one. Now, they were not in color. They had no color when I did them originally. And what I'm going to show you, they're going to have no color either. And what I'm doing with the new set of stickers, this is on sticker paper. These are all on sticker paper, and they're big stickers. So like the girls that super chatted me today, they'll get one of each of these. And again, I try to kind of remember who I've sent stickers to in that month, so I don't reduplicate. But I'm getting ready to make a whole bunch more. So of other topics. All right. So these were all pictures that I had drawn during different Inktober's. Now, and this was the C. And I should pull out my Inktober posters, and we'll have time to do some. Let me make a note. Posters. Because what happens is I'll go, okay, at the end of the show, I'm going to show that, and then I go, okay, see y'all later, and totally forget to show y'all. Let's see, Kathy. Hi, Kathy Berg. All right, so I have a whole bunch of them here already made. But what I did is I took some of my drawings out of my sketchbooks, my Inktober's, blah blah blah, and then this is what I did. So I took the drawings. This is it's a copy of the drawing. And then I cut out, this is cutouts, this is cutout collage. And I collaged on top of these fish to give them some color. Now I could just color them too, but I wanted to do collage, right? So I put different collage parts on the fish, and then I made a copy of them. They're all, like I made a copy of this. So I made a copy of this and I brightened it up just a little bit. Plus, it's on shiny paper. This is not on shiny paper, the shiny sticker paper. So they look a little more vibrant because they're on shiny sticker paper. So I made copies and then I hand cut them all out. Hand cut every single sticker out. I cut them all out by hand. I don't have a cutting machine that does this. This is all fussy cutting. And then if there's any little edges, like let me see here. Well, you don't really see them here. But if there's any little edges that didn't get, weren't clear or something, then I'll take my Sharpie and just kind of, touch them up, make sure they're nice. And yeah, so that's how. You got a new sketchbook? Okay, good, Lena. I hope you go watch different people here and watch their playlists, and you'll get lots of ideas. Okay, so or Lynn rather. So so I did. This is the only one that I've done so far because I hadn't had a chance to do the other ones I'm getting ready to show you. But so I make a whole bunch of sheets of them. Each one you get 3 on a sheet because they're big. I like to have big stickers. I just like big stickers. I cannot lie. So this is what I do. I cut them out. See, these are cutouts. And then I put some collage on them. And then I print them out on sticker paper. And then hand cut each one out. Okay. So that's the process. Now let me show you the ones that I'm going to be doing. Let's just keep this here so that we have a white background. So here's some of the ones that I'm going to do the same thing with. All right, so here's a shell. Okay, so I got this shell. This is from another one of my Inktobers. And what I'll do is I just printed out a copy of one of the shells that I did for Inktober. And now what I'll do is I'll take some collage papers. Y'all know what I'm going to do, so I don't really need to show this, but let me just, do I have a little piece of collage something? Let me find a little something. Let's see here. Let me just find a little piece of something. I want this. All right. Or even here. Here's some papers. Okay. So here's some different collage stuff. All right. So then what I'll do is I will take, and anybody can do this. I'll take some, here's a piece of, I think this, I don't know, it's a piece of something. All right. And I'm not saying this is going to be what this shell is going to be. I even have this pink, some of this pink paper here. Let's just use these two for examples. Okay. All right. And then what I'll do, and if you're not comfortable just free cutting things out, you can get take a piece of tracing paper and do the same thing. Or maybe I'll show you all that because that's probably what most people would do. Let me look over here. I just kind of eyeball it. But tracing paper, let's see, let me find a sheet. That's not tracing paper. Hang on. Here we go. Here's a piece. All right. Okay. So if you, it's kind of like, it's called paper piecing, essentially is what it is. All right, so then you can take and do this. I do want to be kind of careful because this is the process you need to do. And you can do whatever pieces you want to do this to. All right, so now I'm just going to do this. And instead of fussy cutting this twice, what I'll do is I'll just take a piece like here, and I'll take my tracing paper and just kind of look. You know, you can kind of move it around and see what area you want. Like, let's just go with maybe right in here, this yellow and pink. Let's go like that. Now, see, I didn't fussy cut this out. This is like tips today. All right, so now I'm going to fussy cut. I'm going to fussy cut around the tracing paper and the image, okay? Okay, so now I have my tracing papers all cut out, so I could use this again for other papers. And then we go here, okay? So then I could do maybe every other piece of shell. I don't want the whole shell covered up. And I could also even redraw the lines back on top if I wanted. Okay, so we got that. Now let's do one more just to show. Where do I put that tracing paper? All right. Am I being too basic? Y'all let me know. Dee Dee, we're not in kindergarten. We know how to do this. Am I being too basic or is this helpful? Y'all can tell me. It may be too basic. All right, so let's just take a piece of this now. And I think I want some more of that yellow. Let's get a little bit more of that yellow in there. All right, so I'm just going to cut around this piece right here. All right, so I got this and this yellow. So let's just place that on there. Is it too basic? It's never too basic. Okay, thanks, Tina. You don't know because everybody's at different stages of crafting. And, some people, what's a glue stick? I mean, I haven't had that happen, but you know what I mean? You want to help everybody you can, but at the same time, I can't keep repeating things in one show. So that's the only kind of thing that's kind of irritating. I can't keep repeating because people keep moving on, right? All right, now let's get these two. I'm going to keep these pieces because I'm going to cut out some more, All right, let's do this last little piece. I got a little piece here. Is that big enough? I think so. No, I want more pink. So let's cut off a little bit bigger piece here. Okay, so I'm going to put that on there. Look like little beans. Hang on, I'm just fussy cutting the little two pieces at once. Okay, and then I'll put that over here. Okay, so like that. Where's my glue stick? Yeah. Okay, so I'll do something like this, and this may not be the final thing that I do, but I'm just showing y'all how I do the process. Okay, let's move that up just a little. Okay. And then maybe I might okay, I like those pinks and everything. Maybe I'll do, that's too dark. Let's see. That's good. All right, so now I'm going to take and just kind of color in a section here with the alcohol marker. Could be anything. Could be a, color pencil, whatever you want, whatever you like to work with. I like my alcohol markers. Okay. So something like this. Then what I'll do after I finish, I think I'm going to like this as a sticker. Then I'll get my bigger scissors. And see, this was from 2022. So then I'll take this. I'm showing you the process of how I make my stickers. You're probably thinking, oh my gosh, I have a sticker making machine. I can just cut all this out on my machine. Well, I don't have a machine that does all that. I mean, I have a Cameo Silhouette, but I don't do all the SGV files and all that. So, yeah, so this is how I do it. All right. And then I can cut wherever I want too. Like I can do this. All right. So I'm just going to cut this out. I'm showing you the whole process, guys. This is what it goes in for me to make stickers for y'all, which I'm not complaining, by the way. I love doing it. So it's not like, oh my gosh, I got to make more stickers. This is once this initial stuff's done, all I have to do is go into my computer and get to the page that has all the shells or the page that has all the fish or whatever. And then I just print them out on sticker paper. So it's just the initial putting them together that takes the time. After this process, then I just go into my computer and print them out, right? All right, so here's one shell. Now, and I don't even have to put them all on one sheet, the shells. If I only have one shell, I mean, I could put a shell and I could do a fish and I could do whatever. But I try to fill the whole sheet up because once whatever's on the sheet, you want to, it's sticker paper. It's not that cheap. I mean, it's not that expensive, but you want to, print out, Now, I would not do this fish again because the fish are already in my computer. So I don't need to do that. I'm just showing you filling up the sheet. Okay, so you'll fill up your sheet with all the things that you want. And I might even look at it and go, let's see. This little edge right here, I kind of want a little bit more edge on those dips in the shell there. So let's fix that. Don't be afraid to go in there and fix anything or change things. Maybe that needs to be a little black right there. Maybe I want a little blacker in between. Do all this before you make your final copy. So because once you make your final copy, then you're going to have to be working on the stickers themselves, and you probably don't want to do that. You don't. So anyway, all right. So you see what I'm talking about? Anything that's not quite black enough, or you need more color. Okay, so there you go. So there's the shell. Maybe that if I want a little bit more, let's say I want a little bit of orange in there, not just all pink. I could get a little bit of orange in there. Could change that up a little bit. So then you just put them on and this is how I do it. I don't even scan. I don't scan. I have a scanner printer, but I don't even scan. I just use my phone. I use my phone, take a picture, make sure it's cropped and everything's clear, crisp, bright, clarity, and all that stuff. And I email it to my computer and I print it out. I don't do scanning and all that. I know people are going, oh my gosh, you should scan it. Well, whatever. So that's how I take some of these. Now let me show y'all. Some, and let me see. Let me get my other stickers out over here. Let's see if I can reach some of my other stickers. Here's this is one of my, I don't want to lose all this stuff here. I want to keep my ATC information. Let's move that over here. This is some of my already ready to go kind of stuff. Now I do have this sticker. These are some of my stickers that I don't really do much anymore because everybody's got them. So I don't want to make everybody get the same stickers again. And then I have some prints of stuff. This is Happy Mail folder. Well, not this. This is how I lost this some time ago because it was in here with my Happy Mail. But I just stuck it back in there. But you see, I have lots of stickers and things already printed out, ready to go in here. But I'll show you some of the ones we've had over the years. They should be in here, most of them. And so anyway, but these are ones that everybody's got over the years. So I decided to make some new ones, which I'm going to show you some of the other ones. I have done Poe before. Now, he won't be this big. He'll probably be about this big. Well, I have one in here probably of him. It'll be smaller than this. But here's the thing about him being bigger like this. When I collage him, see, all these are going to be changed. They're not going to be black and white stickers anymore. They're all going to be collagey. Okay, they're going to be colored and collage. So I might do his, you know, kerchief or his cloth, his neck, you know, there. What do you call it? Okay, what's going on over here? Oh, I got papers falling. Hang on. That was that was holding up my papers. They're falling down. Hang on. I got black papers blowing in the breeze of my air conditioner. Let's see. Let's get this up here. Let's put something there. There we go. Okay. Um, so it'll be smaller, but then I can just do the same thing I just showed you with the collaging. I could do his uh, neck, shirt, you know, the scarf. Thank you. Thank you, Marilyn. His scarf, if that's a scarf, I'm not sure if it's just a bunch of bundled up, you know, bunched up shirt. But anyway, so I could do that collage. I could do his collar here. I could do that in some nice bright. Look, I could take some of this nice bright kind of thing here, and I'm just going to tear just so you can kind of see. So I could do, you know, cut this out and make him his. You see what I'm saying? So. But while he's big like this, then I can work on a bigger, you know, bigger scale so that when I shrink it down into a smaller sticker, you'll still see all this. Now you can't go too crazy because it'll end up just being a pink blob, but you know, I can cut it down to a ascot, maybe. Yeah, maybe, Devin. And so then I can turn him into a sticker that's different than the stickers I've made before of just him. You see, so, and I like that one there. So, all right, so let's see what else I have over here. So I got Poe. That's Poe. Now, some of these are, let's see, I probably should show y'all. Let me just flip through this book because I did try to keep one of every sticker. They're not all in here. I mean, they're not all attached. lots of loose new ones that I've made, but I'll just kind of show you some of the stickers that I've had over the years. Okay. And I tried to keep them in a book so I just remember which ones I had. I made a sticker of Cameron's little manga character. The small lemur, and this is the peace sloth. Let me see if I can hold this up. So there's the small lemur, and then I have the large lemur. There's a large lemur in here somewhere too. Same lemur, but larger. So I have the small and large lemur. Koi and a axolotl, so those are in space, you know, stickers. The lunar eclipse, I did this a few years ago when there was a lunar eclipse. This is all paint. I painted a little scene of the lunar eclipse and turned it into a sticker. There's the bee sticker. There's the large lemur. I did a beatnik and a pink cat. Those were fun. Everybody liked those for a while. So I did those. Let's see. There's a panda. And these are all drawings that I've done. Like this panda is probably about this big. This raccoon might be about this big. And I shrink them down and turn them into stickers, you know. All right. So here's some of my movie Monsters My Way and some different other Inktober, some other Inktober years. You know, this year was Celtic knots and calligraphy, or so I don't remember. I don't. They're not on the top of my head, right? These are older ones, but I would turn my Inktober drawings into stickers. So these two are movie Monsters My Way, you know. So okay, then I did the biker pug. That one's pretty old too. I did him a long time ago, biker pug. And there's of course chickens. Now this chicken's big, you know. So I just shrink them down and turn them into stickers. You love them all. Thank you, Ree, and good morning, Riri. And a lot of y'all have a lot of these. Here's my Christmas emu, a sand dollar, an owl, the Invisible Man. I don't know if I might have made that into a sticker. I mean, I have it in the book, but I don't know how well I did that. I sent that one out. And then there's the Dragon Eye, and then there's Creature from the Black Lagoon, Scarecrow Skelly, this one here, from, and these are all from Inktober. I've been doing Inktober, I think 10 years. I think 10 years. I'll pull out some of my posters. Now, these are not on posters. These are individuals. I've only been doing the posters like the last 5 years. Then there's a little bat. And this was a Celtic Knot one. And then there's the Nosferatu. That was Movie Monsters. Frankenstein, Phantom of the Opera. And then let's see here. So, all right, so here we go. So here is the size. So here's, and I think I'm going to make him just a little bigger than these. But there's like Poe. That is the sticker I made to send out. But now I'm going to redo them. I'm going to redo the ones some of these that I have with collage. So they'll have color in them like this, right? Here's Zira from Planet of the Apes. Again, here she is from my page. This was 2019 and from my Movie Monsters. And so I'll do something like, maybe I'll do her hair. Different purple streaks in her hair. How about that? Purple streaks in her hair. Yes, TD Stickers 2.0, Devin. Won't that be cool? And I don't have my collage papers handy, but let me just get let's just do something else. Show you what I'm. Give you a sample here. So we can give her purple. This is pink, but I'd give her purple streaks or something in her hair. Something like this. And again, she won't be this full page. She'd be, I'm going to make them a little bigger than this. Probably about like 2 this way, like there and there. Get 2 on a page like that. So there's that. And see, same thing. Look, here's one of my creatures. So I can do a green tongue, a green, even if I did some of it with alcohol markers and like, all right, let's just go ahead and do one here. So we could do a green claws, a green tongue. That's really the inside of his mouth there. And then maybe this. And see, I can work on it big like this, but then shrink it down. And a green eye. See what I'm saying? So I can add color to them. Same thing here, the creature from the Black Lagoon. So I printed out a few different ones. There's a Frankenstein. I did a sticker of him at one point. Now I have my owls. Okay. I have these owls. I can add collage. Collage the owl. Same thing. Here's some different, these are some clownfish and, puffer fish and a sand dollar. Here's a lionfish. So I'll add collage and color to them and turn them into stickers. Here's Hump Day Camel. And then I had done a whole, here we go. There's the space otter, Siamese. One year I did Malibu and Oliver in cat costumes. They were in costumes. I have a whole 31 days of Malibu and Oliver as cats in costume. This is a photo from my garden. These are posters. These are from big posters. And then these are some of the clownfish. Those were already colored, but hummingbirds. All right, here's there's Princess Mally. I made some of these stickers. Princess Mally. So she was, and then Oz Scarecrow and the Tin Man, Malibu and Oliver. And I did a whole bunch of them. Let's see, is there any more pasted in? I think that's all the ones pasted in. Then I did a bunch of fabrics. I made a bunch of fabric stickers. Y'all can try this. If you do any kind of copy, making your own stickers, just take scans or photos of fabric This is three-dimension, applique fabrics and stuff, and then make them into stickers. I sent these out for a while, but these were kind of a pain to cut out and do stuff with, so I didn't do this for very long. But you can make stickers with your fabric. I made stickers with my hand carved bats. Oh, and Devin, I did see. I sent Devin. Some of my bat stickers, and I don't know if she knows it's Devin. They hang upside down. They go like this. They hang upside down. Devin was going, "Did you send me some bat stickers?" I'm going, "Turn them over! Turn them over! They hang upside down." So anyway, yeah, so I made a whole bunch of different hand carved bats, and I'm going to pull these out, and I want to make some more bat stickers, and I might use some of these bat stickers on my artist trading cards. We'll see. So there's those, and again, here's a couple of larger owl heads, and then here's some of the other stickers that I've made. I did the frogs. Here's some more owls. Then I did some lemurs. These are, again, from my sketchbook, and it's the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, and they were all on one sheet. They're all on one sheet, but I fussy cut them out. These aren't fussy cut out yet, but just to show y'all. So I'll make a sheet like this, right? I'll make a full sheet of the lemur stickers, and then I fussy cut each one out. So each one is its individual sticker. Here's some more of the fish, puffer fish, but these aren't colored yet, so I got to make a set colored. Here's a bunch of my bats cut out, sticker bats. I might pull these out because I think I might use these on my ATC. So let me pull those out for my own, Here's some different fish, cuttlefish, angelfish, shell. Here's a chicken. See, look how he came out. So I have to see, I fussy cut all around him. So more shells, more frogs. And then some different little things here. These are different things that I have used for Happy Mail. Partial prints and prints. More bats. Here's more bats that I've done. These are out of my sketchbook. I didn't make stickers out of these. These are just out of my sketchbook. So I could make stickers out of them. More bats, vampire bats. Just out of my sketchbook. So anyway, that's how I make my stickers. Is like I just showed y'all there. So no secrets. I'll show y'all how to make anything that I know how to make. Let's see, do I have anything else in here to show? There's more lemurs. So, all right. Let me put this back up here because it's holding up papers that are falling over. All right, let's see. Okay. Uh-oh. Another paper fell. Come on, guys. All right. There we go. All right, sip of lemon water. All right. Let me see over here now, real quick before we go. Well, we got a little bit of time. Hang on. I'll quickly show. Well, I don't know if this is all of them. This is 4 of them. This might be all of them. So again, the last 4 or 5 years, I've done Inktober as posters. Everybody seems to like it. Is a lot of work, but let me back up my camera here. Let's see. And I don't know if these are in order. No. Let's see. That was the first one was this one. Okay. So the first one I did was in 2020. So I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about Inktober because I do Inktober every year. And again, I'm going to do another poster. And thank you, Tina. This one is Insectober, so it's all insects. And how I do these posters is Wait a minute. Let me make myself a note to change title because there's no coloring. Change title. I'll change it to ATC swap info and collage. So because I put coloring in the title and we're not coloring obviously today except for one little mark with a marker. I bet. So I will draw one little thing every one little for instance in Inktober I draw one insect a day and post it on Instagram, and that's all you see. October 1st, October 2nd, October 3rd, and you only see one insect a day for 31 days. And at the end of the 31 days, after I've drawn an insect every day or whatever, then I'll go in on the last day and do the background. In this case, let me where's the brightness? In this case, it was black background with get my mouse going here. A black background with a spider web. So I'll do that on the last day because I can't do the background because I'm doing one insect a day, right? So then I finish, and this is the only one I added color, and I added red to the ladybug, and that was in memory of my mom. But anyway, so one insect a day, every day, and this is a 22 by 30 poster. And then on the 30th, I'll go and do all the background, and then I added spiders, and then there's a giant insect. I do a major middle something. So that was Inktober. Then I did the next. There's 1 year I skipped, so I have 4 posters and 5 years. So 1 year I did the monsters. I think in between. This is 23. Let's see, what's this one? This one is 24, and that one must be 25. Okay, so then in 2023, I did Inktober. So I did woodland animals. Where's my mouse? Oh, hang on, my chat's zoomy. Let me click down here. There we go. Let me scroll all the way down. I clicked something on my chat, went all the way to the top. There we go. So in 2023, I did Inktober. So there's the Inktober with the little owl for the O's for the word wood. And it's the same thing. I would do one animal a day, like the first, the second, the third, and that's all you see. You don't see the whole poster till the end of the month. You only see one animal at a time. So like the first day might have been the bat. I don't remember what I did. And then on the 30th, I will go and I did the background. I completely inked in, and I would just use probably a brush and some to color this in is just some black, Black Star ink to do the backgrounds. But all these are done with all my my mouse keeps messing up my thing here. Hang on, guys. Dang. Good grief. Things keep popping up all over the place. Everything's done with a ballpoint pen and a brush tip, like a Pentel brush pen. But most everything's done with just a ballpoint pen. Ballpoint pen. That's how I do my Inktobers. My Inktobers are done with a Bic ballpoint pen and then a brush tip pen to add some of the darks. So, no, he's hanging upside Devin. Devin, because your bat's hanging. Devin. These are that's all on Instagram. And then on the last day, you can see the whole poster, although it's a little hard to see because, that's shrunk down a lot, But anyway, so all my Inktobers are done with the ballpoint pen and a Pentel brush pen for the darks. But all the sketching, drawing, I don't draw with pencil. I just draw with the ballpoint pen. And then the next year with let's see, this one was 2024. 2024, I did Inktober. I love this one. Well, I love them all for different reasons, but anyway. So Inktober was 2024, and I did all farm animals. and farm like a silo and a barn, and there's a chicken. But it's all, look, if you look real close, see, it's ballpoint pen with the dark black strokes like that. Those are a brush pen, but everything else is all done with a ballpoint pen. See the little scribbles in his little head? So this one was Ink Farmtober. There's a little beehive up there in the corner. And then on the 30th, I went in and filled in the background and, made sure the barn was all, filled in and stuff, because you have to leave room for all that stuff. There's a cat right there. So anyway, that was Ink Farmtober. And then last year now I've done Ink Tober before. I think the first or second year I did Inktober, it was Ink Tober, but I had not made a poster. So last year I made an Ink Tober poster. And so put in a ship and all the, all the little, again, look, it's all ballpoint pen. You kind of see. So I could use any of these to make stickers out of too. Thank you, Jaya. So, yeah, and make stickers, just isolate them and then cut them out. We could add the collage stuff, add collage stuff to it and turn them into stickers. But there's a lantern fish over there. So those are the posters I made. Now my monsters, let me go over here. Those are, let's see what I have those. Those are here. Let's see, what else do I have over here? Let's see here. Those are large color book pages. What's the next one again? I don't know where they all are. Well, these are my sketches. All right, hang on. Let me see what I got here in these portfolios. I was going to show you some more Inktober, but I got 10 minutes. So, thanks for sticking around and just watching stuff. I'll put it in the description, and change the title, ATC swap info, art or drawing. Let's put ink drawing flip, because I like to put the right title. You know what I mean? And I haven't taken a thumbnail today because I wasn't sure if the stream was going to even work today. All right. My missing questions. Now I wish I was younger to have time. All right. Now here's the thing, Jaya. I don't know how old you are. I did not start streaming until I was in my 50s. Just saying. And I am in my 16th year of streaming. I didn't start streaming until I was in my 50s. So don't tell me you're too old. Okay, just saying. All right, well, these are some of my portraits. Maybe we'll show those in a minute. I wanted to find my Inktobers. There's some in here. Okay, for instance, this I think might have been my first year, 2015. So it's been 9 years. This will be 10. This might be my 10th year. I'm thinking Inktober 2015 might have been my first year. And these were sea creatures. So I did Ink Tober back, but it wasn't a poster, so I did a poster. What else is in here? Oh, 1 year I did kanji. I did lettering with the what it was. Like, this is the kanji for horse. This was 2017. So, the foot, the bear. So I did this 1 year. There's the fox. So I did this with calligraphy, and then ballpoint pen and brush pen. Feather, 2 feathers there. One I didn't like, so I redid it. Tree. So I did the different. So these are all for that year. Every day I did a kanji for Inktober. Let's see what else I got flashed out a little because of all the black here. This black sketch, what do you call it? The black flashes out the camera. Let's see. I was going to see if I had any more Inktobers in here. I just pulled a handful of portfolios. I didn't pull them all. So I was hoping to find the ones with the cats. But, and here's how I start out. I don't know which one this was, but let's see. So this was Inktober 2017. Oh no, that was the official prompt list. I don't ever do the official prompt list. I make my own prompts, or make my own theme, I should say. Okay, let's get that back in there. Oh, and I got something else I got to show you. I have a new idea for something. Y'all can help me with it. I don't see. Oh wait, maybe one of this is the cats. Are these the cats? Are these the cats? Yeah, I think these might be the cats. And I did the cats all on black. I cut them out. Like I drew them, then I cut them out, and I put them on black paper, or I inked them. But like here's Oliver. This was when I did. These are all the cat ones. So I have a whole folder of the cats. So I try to keep up with them, but everything. And then this year, this was my movie monster year. So this was another something over here. Oh, this is more of the cats. Here's more of the cats. Here's cat burglars. There's Malibu and Oliver as cat burglars. So these are the cat ones. Okay, here's another one. Let's see what we got here. Here's what they're the bride of Frankenstein. So there's Malibu and Oliver as Frankenstein, the bride of Frankenstein. Here's Malibu Mummy. This was cats in calligraphy. That's what I called this one. So I did a fancy calligraphy that went with the cats. So this was Malibu Mummy. And then here's the when they were off to sea. See, all the calligraphy is different every one. So there's when they were Oz cats. What else is in here? Oh, here's Oliver Scissor Paws. Oliver Scissor Paws. These were from 2018. Okay. Then in 2019, I did the movie monsters. I'm just going to flip real quick. These are the actual pages that I did, the actual drawings, and did two different versions of Frankenstein. So yeah, these are the actual movie monsters my way that I did. And that not all made the cuts. I don't know if that one did. Some of them did not make the cut, but like I don't think Elvira made the cut. But anyway, so and see, this is how I lay it out. I write down all the different, in this case, monsters that I could think of. Kind of just a mind map or brainstorming. Write down everything I could think of. And then I'd check off the ones I knew I wanted to do. I'd scratch them off after I drew them. So yeah, this is how I lay everything out. So anyway, that's some of my Inktober. And then these are just some of my pencil drawings that are here. These are my fan art ones. These are my fan art drawings. Daryl and Glenn. I know they're flashed out. Hang on, let's see if I can fix this. And I love doing. I was going to do all the Walking Dead. I was going to do all the Walking Dead characters, but the way they killed off Glenn. I never watched another Walking Dead after that. When Glenn died was the last time I watched Walking Dead. And it's been on how many years since then? I don't know. I did this in 2016. So, yeah, never watched another Walking Dead after they killed off Glenn. The way they killed off Glenn. That was it for me. Hi, Missy Di. Did you got the happy mail from Jacqueline with your gift? Thank you. Well, okay. All right. I need to get with that girl, Jacqueline. I'm glad it got through. Australia's you like to make sure you're happy, you get your stuff from, all the way to Australia. All right, let's see here. And these are on tone tan paper. But anyway, there's Sean Connery and Doc, and these are bloggers, or well, I say they're YouTubers. And then here's Oak Island guys, more YouTubers over the years. There's Annie, some drawings of Annie and Denise. So anyway, there's that, and then these are some. These are when I was doing sketchy back in 2014. Back in 2014, and I think the app's still around. I don't participate in it anymore, but people would post pictures of themselves, and you could draw them. They posted them for you to draw them, and it's called Sketchy, and it's I think it's still out there. Somebody said last time I showed these that it's still out there. And then what you would do, how the app worked, and it probably is still the same. The person posted their photo, the photo of themselves, and you drew them and posted your drawing over the top of, after you drew it, you posted it on top of their photo, and then you could slide them back and forth and see the comparison. You could compare your drawing with their original photo. So these were all sketchy people. I think most of them. Most of these are sketchy people. Not all of them, but most of these are sketchy people. So, and these are all done with acrylic paint and color pencil. There's no. This was before I started using pan pastel. So these are all acrylic paint and color pencil. And that's Jonna right there. That's Jonna. And that's Packer Dye. Some of them are larger than others. These right here. Yes, they're sketchy people. And none of them took me more than probably, I don't know, a couple hours at the most and less. This one I drew her while I was waiting for jury duty. I took my sketch pad and my sketchy app, and I drew her while I was waiting on jury duty. That was 2016. So from 14, 15, and 16 is when I was doing sketches. And then these are some, that's Yaya Han, the cosplayer. So, yeah. And just some others, I drew a pen and ink. I did this in the 80s for Hubster. And I just didn't know where place to put him. I drew Reagan in pen and ink for Hubster back in the 80s. So, yeah. Okay, so there we go, guys. I guess I'll head on out. So hopefully y'all got all the info for the ATCs. Again, I will go and I'll post this on the post tab sometime today. It's going to be a Halloween fall ATC swap. It's going to be you send in 10 and you get 9 back. Okay, Tina, go get your groceries. I'm getting ready to leave. So if y'all missed the beginning where I talked about this, scrub through till you see me talking and showing this and talking about this, or you can wait till I post it on the post tab if it'll let me today. It wouldn't let me last night. So we'll try to do that. So, and thank you guys for the super chats. I'll be sending out stickers. I'm going to be making new stickers as you saw. And sorry I didn't get to the mythographic. I'll change the title. Didn't take out that out of the way. And let's see. Oops, I meant to go the other way. There we go. And brighten it up a little. There we go. So thanks everybody for being here. I hope y'all enjoyed just getting some inspo and collage and stickers. That's what we'll call it. How to make or how to do stickers. Okay. All right, guys. We will see you later. Thanks everybody for being here. Y'all have a blessed rest of your week. And I'll see you at different streamers as long as my YouTube will let me. Bye, guys.